Good day to you and welcome, I'm Makerization, and today I'm gonna show you how does Hearthstone perform on my 940M laptop. So on the left you can see my rig, it's i5-6200U with dedicated graphics nVidia 940M, 2 gigs of VRAM, 8 gigs of RAM, standard very slow 800 MHz, and standard stock 5200 RPM hard drive. I was able to run it at 1080p of course, and high settings of course, but let's see how it did in general and also with the usage of CPU/GPU. So at the bottom right now you have the table that I have created for this. On the top half you have the FPS that I got on different resolutions and different presets, and at the bottom you have GPU/CPU usage. Now the first percentage is this GPU, the second is the CPU, and the light blue ones are the ones where GPU got at least 10% higher than the CPU. The purple ones are, the dark blue ones are the ones with somewhat more, let's say, leveled results, and the purple ones are the ones where CPU got actually higher than the GPU, even though that was more likely caused by the GPU being extremely low. So there is an interesting thing that the more the more we get, there is a significant increase in both of these usages. However, when we use high settings and 720p, the CPU usage is actually significantly higher, let's say by 10 or 12% as I have it in here, compared to 16900 or 1080p, where the GPU usage gets to 80% and CPU only at 35%. That actually means that if you use two screens and you're watching some stream or something else or doing something on the other screen, the CPU that actually at that point usually handles the video or something like that will be more likely to handle that. To me, what occasionally happened when I was playing at 720p was that the stream got a bit of CPU stutter, the stream which I was watching on the other screen. And that does not happen at 16900, just because the load gets from the CPU to GPU, which is quite kind of interesting. This also means that if you are thinking of streaming Hearthstone or doing something like that on your own, creating content, it might be better for you to actually play at 16900 and then scale it down to 720p, then, or if you are uploading in some other way of course, and generally recording at 16900, then recording at a lower setting such as 720p, because you will have more resources towards the processor, which is very often the thing that OBS uses or some other software. So even though it helps to have this under GPU also, the CPU is the thing that sometimes gets bottlenecked. However, about the game itself, of course, you can reach at high settings almost always 60. I was able to reach 60 at 1080p, yet very often it was around 57 to 59, 55 to 59, so it is almost 60. If you use medium or low settings, it actually gets downscaled. What am I saying? It actually gets lowered and the FPS cap is at 30, which is somewhat weird. Okay, when you use animation, when animation starts, sometimes you get a dip down to 23, but sometimes also at 1080p I got dip upwards from 30 to 38 or 30 to 40, which should not happen, and it seems that there is some kind of issue there which they could work on. However, it does not impact performance really much and the game is perfectly playable. So I hope that this helped you get a bit into how Hearthstone Pearl maybe works, and if you want to create content or something like that, this might help you actually with the performance a bit and optimizing of your processes. Well, thanks for watching and see you next time.